What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode, Jammin with J Money, man. We back. It's another day, Tuesday, August 18th. It's actually the day before my birthday, man. Tomorrow my birthday. So, what I'm saying? We're gonna try to get some cash so I can go and have plenty of fun, man. I'll try to splurge, waste a little bit of money. What I'm saying? On the bookies though, man. Y'all make sure y'all go to SBR Picks / NBA, man. Check out all the articles we got over there. We got free picks over there. And make sure you guys comparing the odds as well. And make sure you're getting the best betting lines as well, man. What's up? I'm Jay Money. Make sure you guys go and follow all of us on Twitter. It's my guy Jordan Sharp. It's my guy Junior Browne. What's up, Junior? Everything good with you, brother? How was your day yesterday?
Hey, any day that you don't lose money is a good day. So definitely have to say yesterday was a good day. My only regret is that I said yesterday I was only going to put a little sprinkle on Denver. Obviously, that game had to go into overtime for them to cover the spread, but that boy Jamal Murray's balling right now. If he can find some consistency, he'd be an all-star. But at his best, that's the type of thing he could do. He showed flashes of that last year in the playoffs. So it's kind of nice to see him come up with a big performance. I owe Donovan Mitchell an apology. I said, Torrey Craig can guard Donovan Mitchell? I apologize, brother. Nobody can guard you, obviously, putting up 57 points. This guy was making some real tough shots out there. That was really, really impressive to see. And but most of my money was on the Raptors yesterday in the first half, -5.5. I mean, this Brooklyn Nets team ain't got nothing for the Raptors. They're about to smack these boys up in 4 games, send their asses home where they belong.
Yeah, total mismatch there, man. What you think about the games yesterday, Jordan? What's up with you? Everything good with you?
Yeah, great day yesterday. 2-0 on my plays from the show. That Denver Utah game was very entertaining. By the way, we Donovan Mitchell. You're right. He was something else yesterday. Didn't get the win, obviously, and that's the crappy part about it. But yeah, Jamal Murray ended up being the other story of that one, just because what do you have, like 36, something like that. So he had a crazy good game too in that one. But 2-0 on my plays, got the easy money over on the Brooklyn Toronto first half over. Thought I needed about 60 points from Toronto in that first half to win that bet. Got 70 plus from them. Felt great about that one. And then we went right back in on the first half over on that Dallas and Clippers game, and it was kind of a little backwards from what I thought I was going to see. Thought I was going to see the Clippers get out to a big first half lead and put up 65, 70 points. No, it was the Mavs. But then we know what happened in that third quarter and beyond on that game. And the Clippers kind of woke up. We kind of talked about that yesterday. At least I did. I kind of figured that the Clippers would have a little rust defensively, and they sure did. But they turned that around real quick in the third quarter. So I was lucky that I didn't have the full game over on that one, but I just had the first half, and that was an easy money one as well. So felt great about that one. Philly looked like they were about to cover through 3 quarters of that game too yesterday. I didn't watch that whole game, but ended up turning it on late in the third quarter and then watched Boston take over there in the last 12 minutes. But that was a great game too. So hopefully you get some same kind of style of games here today. The only blowout yesterday was an expected one. So hopefully we continue that trend here today, because we do have a very large favorite here in one of these first games.
Exactly, man. We're going to get to it. You always got to recap yesterday, whether we win or lose, man. It's an NBA betting show, so we're going to talk about what happened yesterday real quick, and then we're going to dive right into the games for today, man. Yesterday, the Jazz and the Denver Nuggets, man, damn good game, the early game. Jokic had 20. He did exactly what he averaged against them. It went to overtime, 29 and 10 for Jokic there. Jamal Murray, he kind of came out of his shell there. We definitely needed him to, man, because when the Jazz were starting to get up, Murray went on he scores 12 straight points. We needed that, and he started balling, kind of woke up there, started hitting them threes. I'm talking about didn't even touch the rim, so we needed that 36 points from Murray. Like you say, I put it in an article yesterday. They're going to need Gobert and Donovan Mitchell to pretty much go off. Mitchell had to have 57 points. Gobert didn't necessarily have a good game, only 17 points and seven rebounds. I mean, just think, Rudy Gobert only 7 rebounds. It's not really a good game in my opinion, so he struggled, and if he had a little bit better game, the Jazz probably would have got it done, but I'm glad that the Nuggets, once again, that's the second time in a row we took the Nuggets versus Jazz, and they went to overtime and covered the spread for us. But it was a little crazy. The Jazz seem like they can kind of keep up with them, though. It's crazy there. But the Nuggets end up getting the cover there, and we covered the first half as well. So that was a nice one. First half full game for the Nuggets. They end up getting the win 135-125. Man, the Raptors end up smacking a mess out the Nets. I'm talking, they got up 62-33 like it wasn't nothing. Up 30 points in the second quarter. It was over at halftime. In the third quarter there, you see the Nets started to come storming back, though. I mean, man. They was down with 29 points, and they cut it to to 88-79, 9-point deficit. I was like, damn, I bet everybody with the Nets is happy as a month now, but we know that the Raptors like call it timeout and then smack them up, outscoring by 15 in the fourth quarter. That game, it did end up going all the way over. I didn't expect the Raptors to score the most points in franchise history in a playoff game, but they smacked them up, put 134 on the Nets there. I ended up taking the L with the under there, but it's all good. 76ers game, that was a damn good game. Didn't surprise me to see Philly stick with them for 3 quarters there. And then in the fourth quarter, obviously the Celtics pulled away late in that game. But really, the Sixers had every opportunity to cover in that game. The plays that the coaches just absolutely horrendous to me, in my opinion, man. The plays they're running out of bounds are just terrible. You don't make a cross-court pass like that out of bounds. I don't know what they were doing. We knew they weren't going to win the game, but they're probably just trying to work on late game sets. Absolutely terrible, in my opinion. Turnovers, like 3 turnovers late in the game. So if you had Philly plus 6.5, I'm feeling for it. Because in my opinion, I really do think that was the right side of watching the game. The Sixers were the right side in that game. And you see Gordon Hayward go down. He might be out in this game. I might be on Philly the next tomorrow, man. I might be on them, man. The way that they played yesterday, Embiid, what I'm saying? He just walked off the court. I'm not a big fan of them, but they'll be pissed in this game. They actually showed that they could hang. And the Mavs, another team, showed that they could hang. They got up 50-46 there versus the Clippers there in the second quarter. I was pretty impressed. The Clippers got up 18-2 in that game. 18-2 real quick. Mavs never gave up. We never gave up. We know Porzingis. I got to ask y'all about that, man. Porzingis went out watching that game. I think it might have ended a lot differently, man. Porzingis would hit with his second take after being choked by Morris there, and then he double take. Porzingis ejected. Then obviously the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? They go away with the game. What you think about that, real quick, Jordan?
That first foul, or the first technical foul that he got was I will say this: if you look at the replay of that, it looked like a clean block, but he got some arm on that foul. Like, it was a foul. The first technical foul is on Kristaps. Like the second one is complete crap. But the fact that you got one earlier in the game on one that you probably knew you got some shoulder and some arm there as well as not a ball. Let's be honest, there's a still frame of it all over Twitter that looks pretty convincing, and I was watching too. So yeah, it's hard to put too much on the refs and stuff when he did kind of get that first one on his own. But yeah, the second one was complete horse crap. That is, and it sucks because it happened that way with the fact that he already had one earlier in the game, which got him automatic ejection. But in the playoffs, you got to think the league may have to think about the double technical ejection rule a little bit. It's kind of something that in the playoffs with all these eyes and this money and everything that's at stake here, you don't need the second best player and a star player at that being kicked out of the game at any point unless they're straight up hauling off and punching people. You know what I mean? It's just we gotta have a little more restraint as the referees here. So I think there's fault on all parties in that whole situation.
Exactly. And Junior, they be a little quick with the double takes too, man. This was back in the 90s, 80s. You just keep them from fighting. Then everybody, get back right. And then, hey, that's cool, man. But if anything more should have been thrown out, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can't just choke somebody, man. I know Porzingis pushed him, but come on, bro. I don't know. NBA is so soft these days, Junior. Did you happen to see the highlights of it?
Couple different things. I'm sure a lot of you guys watch NBA hardwood classics. If you watch some of the games from the 80s and the 90s, people are punching each other in the face and not even getting ejected. But anyways, that brings me to the point that, listen, bro, if you're a referee, you have to use context in the decisions that you make. The first technical on Kristaps Porzingis, was it a technical? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't think his reaction was so disrespectful. He was just frustrated. And if you saw how that game was going, Dallas had a lot of 50-50 calls go against him. So I don't think he was just reacting to that one specific call. I think he was reacting to the accumulation of calls. You remember just later on in the game, they had to overturn a steal that Doncic got that was super clean, because that's how they were refereeing the game. They were refereeing. They're calling 50-50 calls against Dallas. That's just the way the game was going. So I think that Kristaps Porzingis is just kind of reacting to the frustration of the overall calls, not just that one call. That being said, if you're the referee, you know that if you call the second tech, he's gone. You can't call that, dog. The NBA, just like the NFL, just like all these professional leagues, it's entertainment. I paid to watch. I pay to watch Kristaps Porzingis. I pay to watch Luka Doncic. I pay to watch Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Throw out Morris. I don't care. Get him out of the game.
Yeah, right.
Don't throw out. Come on, dog. That changed the entire game, bro.
It did.
That changed the entire game. So that means that it's not right. If your call affected how the game is going to end, then it's not right. And that's just my opinion. Obviously, some people are going to disagree because the rules are rules. Get the F out of here, bro. Don't be decided. Referees cannot be deciding playoff games, period.
Yeah, the refs might owe a little payback, man. They go back and watch the game. Now, that Luka one, you said something there. That was all ball there. I mean, I had a little parlay yesterday. I needed the Clippers to win, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just a fair – when Porzingis got thrown out, I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's pretty crazy. As a Mavs fan, though, I mean, it's not just – it was unfair, but that Luka that was absolute all ball there. I mean, I don't know, man, but let's get to today's games, man. We got the Magic versus the Bucks. Got a couple of injuries here. Aaron Gordon is out for the Magic here. He is. I know we knew that he was doubtful, but he is ruled out with a hamstring injury. Looks like Wesley Matthews is out for the Bucks and Ilyasova for the Bucks. So we got the Bucks up to 13.5 now, man. A lot of people thinking the Bucks finna come and smack up the Magic here. Will they be able to turn it on? We know they hadn't looked good in those seeding games. We know the games didn't really matter a whole lot, but not a whole lot of teams can just turn it on like that, go from just, you know what I'm saying, playing around to going, you know what I'm saying, to playing championship basketball. Do we know that the Bucks can come out here and smash the Magic like it's nothing? Here, Junior, what you think about this game? Is 13.5 too high?
Yeah, I mean, I try to talk myself into betting on this game every which way, even the first quarter. I've said this several times on this show. I don't like first quarter spreads that are more than one possession. This first quarter spread is 4.5. Now I've seen some shops it's up to 5.5. That's mental. Like I'm sure the Bucks can smash them in the first quarter by 10. But like you just mentioned, and it's the most important part of what I'm about to say, the Bucks switch. It's not all the way on right now. I'm sure they could turn it on. I'm sure they can. But I need to see what's going to happen in this first game before I can touch these absurd spreads. These like nine points in the first half. Was it 13.5 full game? I just don't see any value in spreads like that. So I'm going to stay away from this one.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. I need to see the Bucks do it first, man, before I laid all them points with confidence. What you think about this one, Jordan?
This one's tough, man. We were talking about this before the show started, just because it's coming up here pretty soon. As soon as AG got ruled out, which was about 15 minutes before the show started, I lost all interest in the Orlando Magic taking points. That was kind of going to be my play that I had my eye on for this first game. But now that he's out, it's very hard for me to trust Orlando without their two best forwards. It's just they lack a lot of defensive versatility as well as offensive versatility, to be honest, without Isaac and Gordon on the floor. And now yeah, you guys are right. I mean, Milwaukee, this could end up like a situation like last night where the Clippers got down early to a not so much inferior team, but I think the Magic are taking just too many points here. It's just not going to be me laying on it. I can't see this game being a blowout with the way Orlando plays and how they play hard. I mean, there's going to be some guys here that step up. It just kind of gets me to like my point on this game. Like if I am going to make a play on it, which I might do this after the show, but I'm still leaning against it, is look at some of the Orlando props. Because if you do think like, oh, Orlando's still going to cover, this 13.5 spread is ridiculous, then I would probably bank on some overs on some or Magic prop bets or something like that. Because that's the only way that happens is if some of these ancillary guys go off for Orlando. And I don't know if I can put my money on it. I lean that way, like I said, but I'm at the point where I'm very hesitant right now because if Milwaukee could, I think, flip that switch and just tear them up today.
Gotcha. And the Bucks, these teams have this guy Jonas say Bucks minus 30, man. guy tripped out, man. You might go look at some alternate lines then, bro.
Right.
Y'all go check out some of them books. I know Bovada. I mean, you go get some alternate lines, and you might take some up to like plus 265 if you feel that way. That you just think they're gonna smack them up. They have played 4 times already this year. The Bucks are 3-1 ATS against them, so it's pretty tough, man. We know that the Bucks are a much better team, especially much better offensive team. Bucks just seem like, me personally, the defense doesn't seem to be the same in the bubble. Like I said, it could be the seeding games, it could be just Budenholzer telling them, hey, don't go out there and play, you know what I'm saying, balls to the wall. We're just gonna kind of lollygag out here or whatever. Then in the first game of the playoffs, it's just tough for me to see them. I'm not saying it's impossible, but for me to bet with confidence, saying I know for a fact they finna come out here and smack them up by 15 points, be up by 25 heading into the third quarter. I mean, heading into the fourth quarter. It's just I need to see them do it first, and then maybe game 2 I'll take them. You know what I'm saying, with confidence. But this first game, I'm leaning towards taking the points, man. Even with Gordon now, Matthews and Ilyasova. I mean, Matthews is a starter for him, a little 3-and-D guy, and then Ilyasova is a little deep threat as well off the bench. So they got 2 guys out as well. At least the Magic got Fournier and Ross come back. Now, if they had one of them guys out still, I'd definitely be like, I'm fading the shit out the Magic. But give me 13.5 points, man. Neutral site. I just don't think the Bucks are all the way there yet, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Me personally, I'm looking at it, even with Gordon out, only way I could look at it is the Magic. But like I say, it's not in my pocket. I wouldn't feel confident with neither one. Y'all know me. I'm not betting it unless I really feel like I'm going to win. And this one, I need to watch it first. Maybe make an in-play, you know what I'm saying, in-game word on the second half. It's not, I can't talk nobody out of there. You don't have to force a bet on this game, man, if you don't want to. Y'all can. I'm not. What you think about the over real quick on this one, Jordan?
That was another thing too with Gordon out. I'd probably lean under, but then again, like if Milwaukee does flip that switch and their offense just turns back to one of the best in the league, I do think Orlando's going to have a very hard time stopping this because they just can't match up with their length. So that would be the only thing that I would say is for the total is that like before, like when Gordon initially got ruled out, I would probably said under, but then if a lot of things happen, like hitting a lot of the threes and stuff like that, you could definitely see the total go over. Just not one I'm touching today.
Man, I'm gonna have to pull up a picture. I dig what you're saying there, Jordan. I'm not touching either. I'm gonna have to look up a picture of Terrence Ross, man. Terrence Ross. He keeps saying I look like Terrence Ross or somebody, man. I don't think so. I think he's a lot darker than me. All that. I probably can ball a little bit better. What you think, Juniorr? I think they tripped out. What you think about the total?
I'm going to say that, first of all, no black person is going to tell you look like Terrence Ross, so I'll just leave it at that. Second of all, I would lean towards the over, just because I think if you think that Milwaukee's going to win this game, it's going to be putting up like 115, 120 points. So I would lean towards the over, but my problem is I can see Orlando struggling to get 100. Because Gordon is at least. When Gordon shows up, he's going to give you 20, 25, and like 8 to 10 rebounds. With him taken out of the equation, you're not really sure what you're going to get. Hopefully, Terrence Ross and Fournier come back hot, but you know what I'm saying? Those guys are three-point shooters. It could go all the way wrong for them, considering how much time they've missed.
Bro, they tripped out in the chat, man. Jason talking about some more like Jerry Stackhouse. Then Paul talking about skinny Dame, man. Y'all tripped out, man. I don't know what y'all tripping on. Then Trevino say, J Money. So yesterday games didn't give you no insight on the favorites covering them big numbers. Nobody was favored by 13.5 yesterday. Trevino, that's the only thing I'm saying, my guy. That's the only thing I'm saying. But yeah, all the favorites did cover yesterday. It's all the more reason why maybe a couple of them dogs might cover today. If it was a dog that I'm gonna take today, it would be the Mets. They still play great defense. Defense will always keep you in the game. The scoring, obviously, you know what I'm saying, is a little bad. They will have Fultz out there as opposed to DJ Augustine. So I think their offense is a little bit up with Fultz out there. He kind of pushes the pace. I don't know. 14 points, neutral side in the bowl, man. I just think it's too much, even for this Bucks team in this first game. They come out here win this game by 10. Like I said, I can't talk on it too much because I might sprinkle a little bit on it, man. But let's get to the next game. We got the Heat versus the Pacers here, Jordan. The Heat have pretty much owned the Pacers. Pacers won the last one, but obviously that was with a lot of guys out for the Heat for both teams. But Pacers say, we can't go into this damn playoff series losing all the games to y'all boys this year. We know the beef between Butler and Warren here, Jordan. What we're going to see tonight with the line open up, I think Miami Heat rounds 3, went up 3.5, 4, now sitting at 4.5. You might even be able to get a 5 if you like the Pacers right before the game time. The money's just piling in on the Heat here. What you think about this one, Jordan? Were you not touching your team?
Everybody seems to think they know what's going to happen. Very, very Pacers-esque, by the way, to secure home court advantage in the first round, only to be in a neutral site. Just very much Pacers. Pacers on cue right there. Anyway, I am not touching the Pacers here. I'm a little concerned about T.J. Warren's foot, to be honest. The fact that they've listed him as questionable for a playoff game, I would assume that means he's actually hurting right now. And with plantar fasciitis, you guys, if anybody's ever had it, I've never had, but I've heard from people who have. They say it can just creep up on you, and you can, you think it's better, and then it just full force hits you in the face. And so I'm a little concerned about that because he's not 100%. The Pacers have zero chance at winning this series, and not a great chance at winning this game. That being said, you're saying Orlando's the underdog that you were probably more comfortable taking. To be honest, I'd be more comfortable taking the points with Indiana, but like it's just like, once again, it's not going to be me with the Warren concerns and with Miami taking the money and moving the line a little bit in the steam in their favor. Like you said, it could continue to go up to 5. It's just not a great situation here for Indiana. I need to see TJ Warren on the court running up and down before I make a play on this one. So it's potentially one I might touch live because I do think Indiana can win this game. I think there's a lot of money in here that's public money that's coming on them as well. Like I do think that the Pacers could see, if it does hit to 5, I wouldn't be surprised to see it dip back down to 4.5 before game time, just because I do think there will be some sharp action on Indiana, but it's going to be very difficult to tell until we see TJ Warren warming up or have some word that he's going to be full board today.
Exactly. Yeah, that foot problem ain't nothing to mess with, man. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him sit him out possibly for a couple games. Obviously, that won't bode well for the series. I mean, the Heat have already owned you. I mean, they could possibly go take a 2-0 lead here. It'd be interesting to see here. I'll read the guys from the chat after Juniorr. What you got to say, Juniorr? What you think about this one? Los Heat. Somebody in the chat say trifecta on the Heat. What you think about this one, Juniorr?
Now I got to mention something in the chat. First of all, someone said I look like Dan Cormier, which is fucking hilarious. They saying J Money might have shut.
Where are they giving these comparisons, dude?
Hey, they tripping in the chat, bro.
They saying J Money might have shot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. They saying all kinds of wild shit right now. I love this chat. I love it. It's
bro, the chat
of the year.
And we got 887 again, man. We keep getting 800, man. We keep getting 800, man. Hey, we're gonna be hey. Need to raise. Nah, I'm messing with you, man. But nah, they tripping in the chat, man. My guy said, I see Charles Barkley in there. My guy said, let John Wick talk.
Hey, somebody said Jamie and Lillard. Yo, you guys are in rare. You guys are killing it right now. Y'all are killing it. I love this chat.
Hey, that's funny right there. That boy said let John Wick talk. Hey, I like that one. Hey, somebody call me John Wick. Hey, that's a compliment to me, baby. John Wick.
I say, yeah, boy. I'll take that any day.
John Wick,
somebody just called me Doc Rivers. I look like every light-skinned black dude in the game right now, son. Damn. Anyways,
all right, man.
Let's get back to this game. But
we got 2 more games, bro. Chip that boy said Doc Rivers, bro. Chip that on there.
I got
we're crying tears over here, man. Nah, look, let's get to the next game. Quick, Jordan. What you think about that? What you think about the total too, Juniorr? Total opened up at 217.5 down to 215. Some under money coming in here, Juniorr. What you think about the total here?
I don't got nothing on the total, but I do got the Heat in pocket -4.5. I think that in this specific matchup all season long, the Pacers have been a pretty poor rebounding team. And I just think that without Domantas Sabonis, the Heat are really going to go crazy on the boards. In the season series, the Heat have been out rebounding the Pacers by almost 10 rebounds a game and almost doubling them up on offensive boards, or out rebounding them 11 offensive rebounds to 6.5. And I mentioned this in the write-up I did for SBR today. If you look at the statistics, so if you look at turnovers, they're pretty much identical. Steals, they're pretty much identical. But if you're going to double them up on offensive rebounds, that's 5-6 extra possessions a game that these guys are getting. I think that's just too much for Indiana to overcome. On top of the fact that you're missing Domantas Sabonis' 18.5 points, 12.5 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. Now you got TJ Warren dealing with plantar fasciitis, or however the hell you say that that injury. I don't care what you tell me. Don't tell me you got a slight case of plantar fasciitis, or whatever the hell that injury is called. Either you have it or you don't. And if Jimmy Butler knows you're a wounded dog, guess what Jimmy Butler's going to do? He's going to step on your neck, son. Mm-hmm. So I just think that the Pacers are behind the 8 ball here. I think Miami has all of the advantages. Plus, all 10 of Miami's rotation guys are healthy. They have no injury concerns. Tyler Hero's been balling. Everything. Miami just looks like a bet-on team to me. I'm not going to say that the Pacers don't, but I really don't like this injury problem that TJ
Mhm.
Warren and Domantas Sabonis have. I just feel like the Pacers need all their dogs to be able to put up a fight.
Yeah, you're right. These are two very well balanced teams as well, man. So Jordan, if Warren is out, do you think this line movement towards the Heat and the under here, some people thinking that Warren gonna be out?
I wouldn't say that quite yet. I just think that they're going to be a popular play today because I think a lot of people are going to look at that first game and say, I'm not touching it, and they're just going to move right on to the next game. And so I think there's just been more money and more eyes on this game. So I think there's just been line movement because of that. I'd be surprised if Warren sits. I think he gives it a go. He's a gamer. This is the the first chance he's had to be in the playoffs too. So I mean, it's just like I sincerely doubt he just sits altogether. That being said, he could be out there as a decoy, which would be a huge problem because without Sabonis too, like Junior said, man, it's over. It's over for Indiana if Warren is not healthy.
All right, last one, man. We got 2 more games and on everything. My guy said Junior looks like Coach Mike Browne, the one that was with the Cavs, bro. Them boys tripped out, man. What I look like, man? Boys,
hey, yo, J Money, let me just tell you something right now.
What
the
happened?
reason why you can't call me Mike Browne or anybody like that, I don't trust nobody that ain't got a mustache. Where is Mike Browne's facial hair? I don't trust dudes with no facial hair, bro. Get that out of my face.
It's like it just don't grow.
I'm borderline trustworthy than to Junior. Shit.
No, it's all good, man. Let's get to the next game, though, man. In my opinion, the best, I think, is going to be one of we got all good games today, man. But OKC versus the Rockets, man, the shortest spread of the night looks like it to be a coin flip. Total up at 227 down to 224.5. I'm taking some under money. I know that the Rockets actually opened up as the favorite in this game, 1.5. It's been flipped to OKC 1.5. Obviously, with the Westbrook news here, we know these teams have plenty of history. OKC has almost seemed to own them here lately in the past 5 meetings, going 4-1 straight up and 5-0 ATS. What you think about this game here, Junior?
I don't have a look on it. I'm actually very, very interested in to see what you guys are going to say because I just think that I actually kind of think the two what's the word on Dennis Schroeder? He's not playing, right?
No, I think he is.
Yeah, Schroeder back, my guy. He tripped out. The three-headed horse is back. You dig what? The three-headed monster is back. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, if that's the case, and we just got word right before the show went on that Eric Gordon's going to be out, it's going to be rough for Houston to beat these guys without Gordon and Westbrook. I think they could cope without one, but without both. Because what's that?
No, Eric Gordon is in. It's Aaron Gordon for. Don't get it twisted. I would love for Eric Gordon to be out, but he will be starting in place for Westbrook.
Because before the show, when you guys were talking, you guys were saying Eric Gordon was out. I was like,
Aaron Gordon for the Magic.
My bad. Yeah. That's what I get for not doing my own homework. So I'm gonna just be real quick. The Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chris Paul, Schroeder trio is the best trio in the NBA by any metric that you want to look. Because I know advanced analytics can get kind of complicated, but any way you want to break down that trio, they are the most productive trio in the NBA. And I think that's their counter to the Houston small ball, because those three and put any one of their wings at the 5. I think Houston's going to have a serious problem slowing these guys down. On top of the fact that this is probably the first time in a good 4 or 5 years that we're going to have a healthy Chris Paul in the playoffs. Chris Paul always plays well in the regular season, then he gets to the playoffs and his body starts breaking down. I think that healthy Chris Paul is going to have forget about a chip, a boulder on his shoulders to go out there and show Houston that they made a mistake by disrespecting him and trying to ship him off into NBA purgatory. Mm-hmm. Instead, he took a team that everybody thought was going to be in the lottery and got them into the first round of the playoffs, where he might, you know what I'm saying? He might serve these Houston boys some of that. So I'm definitely riding with OKC or nothing in this game.
0.2 chance is what they gave OKC to make the playoffs. Like I said, then they gave him 0.2. Yes, 0.2. That not even a 2%. I can't even get a whole 2. No, bro, that's tough. You talk about boy Rock Boulder, boys going. I think the Thunder are a much more motivated team. They showed it all year. They got the size advantage. So while they've been playing all year, I can't say the Rockets have had Clint Capella. So this is really their first time playing ever since it's been the small ball, but still, man. So we can't just say that the Thunder are going to have the size advantage. It's going to be that simple. The Thunder play a lot better defense. Their offense is a lot more efficient as well because they don't really necessarily rely on the three. So it's not really they live and die by the three. They actually know how to get 2-point buckets, mid range, 3 points. They play better defense. I like Chris Paul's I like the little Chris Paul SGA tandem there that they developed there. Be lovely to have Dort in this game. He will be out. Love to have him on Harden here, but Steven Adams over PJ Tucker, and Adams looks a lot quicker as well, a lot better, man. He should get every single rebound. Adams better get 20 freaking rebounds today, man. When Noah come off the bench as well, he better have at least 5 blocks. They better not be BSing on defense today, man. What you think about this game, Jordan?
Yeah, I wrote this up for SBR, so you can check out the longer form version of what I'm about to say here. But in the interest of time and having a very important game to talk about here for the final one, I'll try to be quick here. But I have the Thunder here. I'm a little worried about the line movement going in the other direction, but I'm not. It's not really swaying me that much to fade the steam on this game. For 3 main reasons, basically. One, the 3-headed monster that we've been talking about for OKC averaged almost 60 points per game against the Rockets in the regular season. They cannot stop them, especially without Westbrook. They're not going to have much in the line of defense for any of those 3 guys. And when they're in the game, all 3 of them at the time in crunch time, Houston's going to be giving up a lot of buckets. Secondly, I know Houston's defense has been a lot better, but over their last 4 seeding games, they actually had the worst offensive efficiency of any team in the bubble. They were under 100 points per 100 possessions over those last 4 games. And now you're telling me without Westbrook going against a very good defensive team, the second best defensive team actually in the bubble behind Juniorr's Toronto Raptors, that they're going to somehow magically drop 120 points and beat Oklahoma City tonight. I just can't buy it. On top of that, you look at the bubble stats of OKC. They were the best at defending the 3-point shot. So even if Houston's plan is to come out and just start draining a bunch of threes, OKC held their bubble opponents to 30% from beyond the arc. That's not a winning formula if they continue that trend here tonight. Like the Thunder a lot, actually, at -1 right now. You can get a -1 even money, it looks like, at a couple of shops right now. So essentially an even money line bet on them right now. That is definitely my best play of the 4 games today.
I can say I'm actually surprised to see money come back on the Rockets. I'm actually glad because I thought that everybody and their mom would be on OKC, and I hate being on those sides. We actually seeing quite a bit of money. I mean, I think it's a lot of two-way action on here, but we actually seen Heritage moved to a pick, Bovada moved to a pick, bookmakers still at 1.5 for OKC and Bet Online. Now I'm seeing a +1 for OKC here, so some money is coming in. Apparently a big bet just came in on the Rockets. Like I say, this is, you know what I'm saying, probably one of the most toss-up games of the night, but I'm still going with OKC. I don't care. Some wise guys probably like Houston. I still like OKC. I like what I've seen from them, especially all year, but even here in the bubble, they seem to be locked in, talking on defense. The Rockets kind of came in lethargic. Oh, we don't really care about these games. It's nothing really to play for, and which I understand it, but I'm taking a team that's more in sync right now. I mean, then you don't have Westbrook out there. I'm not saying that Harden and Gordon can't do it by themselves. Then they have House coming back. They've been playing a lot of better defense since Covington came over, but I just still think OKC is still the better defensive team, even with Dort out. I mean, you got Terrence Ferguson come in. He good for 5 fouls in the first half. He good for it. He might get 3 points the whole game, but he going to have 5-6 fouls through the third quarter. I'm telling you that now. So, I mean, they're going to have to do a good defensive job on Harden. Hopefully he doesn't go for 50. It's not getting all his calls, but I just like OKC is better defensive team here. I mean, then you throw in the size advantage. I got to take OKC here, man, and I'm actually glad that some money's come back on the Rockets here, and everybody's not on one side because I'm usually scared when it has. But down to a pick now, man. So we'll see what happens here, and under continue to take some money as well, man. Let's get to the last game of the day. Most intriguing one as well. We got the Blazers versus the Lakers here, man. Do the Lakers feel a little disrespected here? Everybody kind of helped the Blazers get into the playoffs here because they thought they could beat the Lakers. So how do you think LeBron and AD gonna feel about that, Junior?
I'm a little bit worried, honestly, that the Lakers haven't really played. Like when I say the Lakers, so where you just specifically said LeBron and AD. LeBron and AD haven't really played a meaningful game or meaningful minutes since like the 10th, like a week ago, last Monday. It's a lot of time off. It's a lot of time off. They didn't really play in the last game, and the minutes that they did play, they were just out there kind of, jogging around, getting their conditioning up. But I just don't like the fact that one team has been in the playoffs for about 2 weeks now, and the other team has essentially been off for about a week. I just don't really like that, and I think that there might be some value in the Blazers on the Blazers in the first half. If you can get them plus points in the first half, I think that they can hang around, and then their legs might get a bit tired in the second half where the Lakers take care of business and the Lakers get their groove going. But personally, I think there's some value in Portland plus 3.5 first half.
Got you. What you think about this game, Jordan? You think the Blazers going, keep that same mentality, or you think, like you say, it's two ways you could look at it. The Lakers are rested, and the Blazers been going balls to the wall. I can see what Juniorr saying there with the Blazers should be more in sync, but do they run out of gas here? They've been having to fight for pretty much every single thing, tooth and nail here. Even had to claw against the Grizzlies here. What you think about this one, Jordan?
I really like what Juniorr has to say because it goes hand in hand to what I'm about to say. And even though I don't have a play on this game, if I'm on my play on the Thunder, I might end up jumping on this one too. But I don't have the Blaze. I'm not leaning Blazers first half. I'm actually leaning first quarter. They've been one of the best first quarter offenses in the bubble, averaging almost 123 points per 100 possessions. And as like Juniorr said, the Lakers come out a little sluggish from not having, basically jumping from preseason mode, which they were in at the end of the bubble games, to now playoff mode. If anybody could do it, it's LeBron James. I don't want to doubt that man at all. So definitely not touching. I don't really want to touch the Blazers first half for full game, but I think first quarter, that first 12 minutes, I think you could easily see the Blazers cover that first quarter spread. I think it's 2.5, and then you're getting pretty good money line odds on that as well. That would be the only play I touch in this game. Still currently a lean. Because I think it is kind of more of a narrative play than a numbers play, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that cash. But I think like Juniorr, I think the one thing I'm worried about is 24 minutes is a lot longer for LeBron James to wake up than just 12, and they could easily get punched in the mouth and then come out second quarter and just absolutely trounce the Blazers defense. The Grizzlies almost beat them without one of their best players. That's the Memphis Grizzlies we're talking about. Now we're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. Big difference in that from trying to defend that to now trying to defend LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So a little worried about that for the first half of full game. But first quarter, I do think that would be the play if you're looking to take points with the Blazers.
I couldn't talk you out of that either, Jordan, because I think that the Lakers could possibly come out slow as well. And then when we know for the first half, at the end of the first half, that's when all the starters come back in last 6-7 minutes. That's when the Lakers could possibly go on a run to have some momentum going into halftime, and then the second half could just get out of hand. So this is one you might maybe even wait to in play, get a better number with the Lakers. But I do think as this game goes on, as far as they don't really have anyone to guard, the Blazers already are on a great defensive team. It's pretty much all offense. They have to outscore everybody. The Lakers, if they come in focusing on defense here, I think their offense could possibly get off against a Blazers team who, they don't have anybody to stop LeBron. They don't have, even though Collins was, he's out in this game, so they're gonna have Gabriel come in. They don't really hit. AD is going to cook him. You got JaVale McGee to match up against Nurkic. AD and LeBron, man, in my opinion, should do whatever they want to on the offensive end in this game. As long as they kind of bottle up Lillard and McCollum, don't let them go off too much. Maybe, stop Carmelo from going off, getting more than 20 points. I think the Lakers are being good shot. That's why you see the spread going up. It was at -5. It was at 5.5, then 6. It's up to 6.5 now, and I can't say I agree with the line. I think as this game goes on, Lakers just continue to wear on them. As long as they lock in defensively, they should be in good shape because I think that they should their offense won't look as bad as it has against this Blazers team. But we'll see. Like I said, it's starting to get up there. You could possibly Lakers, it could come out a little rusty, man. So you could possibly get a little better line if the Blazers go up, make a little run there in the first quarter. So I wouldn't talk anybody out of that first quarter play. What you think about that, Juniorr? Any looks on this total here? You think this could be a little sneaky over game here? With no Blazers and nothing but overs, pretty much, Juniorr.
Yeah, not only because of how much the Blazers score, but how little defense these guys play. Their defense is trash. And that's going to be really the difference in this series. I think, though, that Jordan might have just talked me into a first quarter play. I had a pretty heavy leave on the first half, but one specific point that Jordan made that's got me really now looking at this line. If this line goes up from 2.5 to 3, I'm going to be all over it.
Yeah.
The LeBron factor. 12 minutes is, 24 minutes is enough for LeBron to shake off some rust. So I kind of might want to move down to 12 minutes just to see if listen, the Blazers come out, hit a couple threes. They can cover this 2.5 3-point first quarter spread because, again, if we've all played basketball here, you take a week off of hooping, you're going to come out rusty, dog. It's going to take a couple of minutes
those first
for
5
you to get –
yeah.
It's going to get – and by the way, somebody in the chat said I look like somebody's – because they still going with these comparisons here.
They still tripped out?
Hey, Jay, somebody said that I look like I don't even know whose unathletic brother, son. And there's a couple people in this chat that know me personally.
Oh, no,
I was dunking in the 8th grade. You all
no disrespect now.
Still with the unathletic. I was banging on people by the 9th grade, son. Don't play with me.
Hey, one thing I can say, you can never underestimate a hooper, man. You get out there on the court and you might see, you know what I'm saying, you know, kind of heavy set guy out there. Boy, heavy set guy might cross you up or something real quick, man. Don't ever underestimate anybody, man. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, learned that over the years, man. But you know now. But Jordan, you want to recap what your plays, my guy? Anything you want to, you know what I'm saying, say closing remarks? Anything you liking today, my guy?
Real quick, yeah. Just on the past conversations, real quick. I was gonna this is the one I have a little remorse that I didn't jump on this last night. Is I was leaning first half over on this, and then I saw it, and then this morning I woke up and shot out 4.5 points. So that kind of ruined that. That was the one I was leaning on. So that would be the answer to your total question. The second thing, I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited to see a first round series where Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James, even in their now advanced ages, are going to be guarding one another. Gonna get a lot of joy out of that tonight because it's probably going to be the last time we ever see that. But those two have been basically the staple of the NBA for half of my life. So shout out to that. And also my first dunk was 15 years old. But definitely can't do it anymore because that was about 30 pounds ago. So yeah, don't underestimate the guys who have gained a little weight because we used to be able to ball when we were younger. You know, we may be a little slower, not be able to jump as high anymore, but we can still get buckets. So yeah, I wouldn't be challenging Juniorr in any one-on-one games anytime soon because he might hustle your ass.
I might have to post some videos for these boys.
Yeah, we need Twitter.
And I still hoop. And then, so if you anywhere somewhere around me or you hit me up on Twitter, you talking about balling and you got some money, hey, I'm about it. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? J Money, if you're going to bring that work. I'm sorry, but just bring your money. So that's the only thing I got to say. Juniorr, recap what your plays, my guy. Anything you want to, you know what I'm saying, close them out with, little, you know what I'm saying, a little razzle-dazzle, what you thinking?
Tell my plays.
Now I'm back on my Heat. I haven't been on them for a while. I played them a lot, obviously, during the season. Going against Jordan's hometown team here, I just think that the injuries to the Pacers are going to be a little bit too much. If TJ Warren comes out balling, then the Pacers can keep it close. But if TJ's struggling at all, I just think that the Heat 10-man rotation is a little too deep. In 3 out of the 4 games this season, 7 Heat players reached double digits. So it's a by committee approach for the Heat. And that rebounding factor, I think, is going to be too much for the Pacers to overcome today. So I got Heat in pocket -4.5.
Real quick, I didn't get my plays. My bad. I got the Thunder today, and I'm gonna go ahead and make Blazers first quarter an official play. That's now we're gonna lock that in as soon as we get off here. So I got 2 today.
Yeah, lock it in. My guy, don't be scared. We shooters shoot.
Right.
Yeah, John Wick. Shooters shoot.
John Wick never misses. So I mean, let's be honest. Like, has he ever missed a shot? So.
Nah, for real, shooters shoot, man. You'll miss 100% of the ones that you don't take, man. So you guys feeling nice or something, don't go in too much, but you know what I'm saying, bet accordingly, bet, you know what I'm saying, 1 unit, don't blow your whole bankroll. If you see something you really like, hey, go, you know what I'm saying, bet on it. If you don't, if you're just feeling on the fence, I would say maybe a safest bet sometimes just to stay off, man. I need OKC today, man. That's the play I like. Finna post the article in a little while. Like OKC, money coming back on the Rockets, but we'll see here, man. They are missing Westbrook, but we know both of them are still a really well-balanced team, but I need OKC today, man. So I know what we're trying to do. We're trying to get this cash, man. Y'all, everybody hit the like button if you can. We had over 900 people watch today. We broke another record. Let's try to get 1,000 today, man. Y'all like the show, subscribe, share the show, everything, man. We appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Jammin with J Money.